Welcome back to Music First Grade. Our objective for class today is to identify and perform quarter notes, quarter rests, and 2/8 notes. As always, we are starting with our welcome song. Backs are straight, we are singing along. Ready, sing, welcome everyone, welcome everyone. We will learn and grow our brains in this music class. Hello, scholars. Welcome everyone, welcome everyone. We will learn and grow our brains in this music class. All right, first grade, to start off class today, we are going to get up and moving with a quick exercise where you get to be little witches. So I am going to be saying a chant and doing some motions. You're doing exactly what I do back to me. So it's going to be my turn, then your turn. All right, my turn first, using my best witch voice. Stirring and stirring and stirring my brew. Your turn. Stirring and stirring and stirring my brew. I hope you're using your witch voices at home and you're stirring your magic brew witch potion. My turn, then your turn. Stirring and stirring and stirring my brew. Your turn. Stirring and stirring and stirring my brew. My turn. Tip-toe, tip-toe, tip-toe. Whisper voices, your turn. Tip-toe, tip-toe, tip-toe. My turn. Boo! Your turn. Ready, go. Boo! Listen to the different voices that I'm making during my chant. I have my witch voice at the beginning. My witch voice isn't very loud. It's not very soft. It's right in the middle. It's my normal speaking volume. When we were tiptoeing, I was using a whisper voice or a very soft, quiet voice. When I said boo, I was using my shouting voice or my loud voice. I want you to be using all three different voices with me this time. So you're going to start off at a normal medium volume. Then you're going to get really quiet. Then you're going to be very loud. Get ready. Starting in the middle. Get your witch voices ready. Stirs up. Say it with me, ready, go. Stirring and stirring and stirring my brew. Again, stirring and stirring and stirring my brew. Boo! Nice job using all three voices with me, first grade.
All right, scholars, now that our bodies and voices are all warmed up from our activity, I have some rhythms to show you today. So on my screen, I am going to draw 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each box represents the beat. Each box represents a beat. now going to draw a smiley face in each box. And my smiley faces are going to represent a sound. So inside each beat, we have one sound, or inside each box, we have one smiley face. Now, our smiley faces are a sound, and when we have one sound in one beat in music, we say do. D-U. We say do. So in each beat box here, I have one sound, and I'm going to say do. So if I were to say this rhythm that I just drew, I would say do, 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 do. Say that with me. Ready, go. Do, 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 do. Nice job. Now, if I take an eraser and I get rid of one of the smiley faces, and we have an empty box, I can no longer say do in this box because there's no sound. If I get rid of the sound within the beat, then I cannot say do. Remember, if we have a blank beat or a silent beat, we are silent and we call that a rest. In music, we call that a rest. R-E-S-T. So instead of saying do down here, we're just going to whisper to ourselves, shh. And remember, our rest in music looks like that. All right, so if I were to say this rhythm now, I would say do, do, do. Say that with me. Ready, go. Do, do, do. So we're still making a sound for all of our smiley faces, but we are just making sure that we are silent on the rest. One more time, this rhythm, go. Do, do, do. Okay, now I have a new rhythm here. You can see where my smiley faces are, and you can see where I have blank boxes. I want you to take about 30 seconds to think about when we would say do and when we would say shh. Independently practice what you think this rhythm would sound like. Ten more seconds. This rhythm would sound like this. Do, sh, sh, do. Give yourself a pat on the back if you came up with that rhythm all by yourself. Nice job, scholars. This rhythm again is do, sh, sh, do. Say that with me. Ready, go. Do, sh, sh, do. Nice work, first grade. Now I want you to think about the song that we learned last music class. Think about the very first line that we repeated 3 times. It sounded like this. Big black cats. Think about that line. I have the words written down on our paper right here. I have big black cats. How do you think we would write that as a rhythm? how do you think we would write that rhythm? Think about how many sounds are in the word big. How many sounds are in the word big? If you think there is one sound in the word big, you are correct. So this is one sound for one beat. One sound for one beat. In music, we write that as a quarter note, or a colored in circle with a stem coming up the right. So we have a colored in circle and a stem coming up. This is how we write a quarter note, or one sound in one beat, or do. Think about the word black. How many sounds does the word black have? If you think black only has one sound as well, you are correct. So black is going to be another do, or quarter note. So I have my colored in circle and my line coming up the right. Here we have cats. How many sounds does cats have? If you think cats only takes up one sound, you are correct. So for cats, we're going to have another do, or another quarter note. I have my colored in circle. I have my line coming up the right side. Here, we don't have any words. It's blank. We're silent. We're not saying anything. So remember, when there is a beat of silence in music, we call that a rest. We call that a rest, and we whisper shh to ourselves. So in our song, we just figured out how to write the musical rhythms for big black cats. So musicians can read this and know that we would sing, big black cats, shh. Big black cats, shh. Sing that with me, ready, go. Big black cats, shh. Wow, way to be musical detectives figuring out how to write those rhythms. We have another line in Big Black Cats for us to figure out. All right, here's our next line of Big Black Cats. We have running, running through the town. Again, we have running, running through the town. Now, this is where we're going to have to put our musical thinking caps on. So think really hard. Running is all inside one beat. How many sounds does running have? How many sounds does running have? If you're thinking to yourself that running has 2 sounds, you're correct. But here's my question for you, scholars. If one quarter note, or do, is one sound that takes up a whole beat, can we have 2 quarter notes inside one beat? We cannot. One quarter note takes up one beat. So you can never have 2 quarter notes inside one beat. 2 quarter notes would take up 2 beats. So only 1 quarter note can take up 1 beat. But we still have 2 sounds, run, ning. We still have 2 sounds that need to fit inside 1 beat. So we need to use smaller notes or shorter rhythms. So for my shorter rhythms, it will look like I have 2 quarter notes, I have 2 colored in circles. Ignore the bad coloring, it's okay. I have 2 colored in circles, 2 stems going up the right side, but watch what I do. I connect them together up top. Instead of do, this rhythm is do, day. So 1 beat and 1 sound is do. 1 beat with 2 sounds is do day. So here we have running or do day. And it looks like 2 quarter notes connected up top. Let's see if we can figure out the rest of the rhythm. Here we have running. We already know that running is 2 sounds. Running is 2 sounds within 1 beat. So we're also going to have another do day. So I'm coloring in 2 circles, putting my stems on the right side, and connecting them up top. So we have another do day. How many sounds are in through the? There are also 2 sounds in through the. So again, in order to fit 2 sounds in 1 beat, we need to use do day. How many sounds are in the word town? If you're saying there's only 1 sound in the word town, you are correct. So remember, when there's only 1 sound in 1 beat, we only have 1 note, and that is our quarter note where we say do. So following along with the rhythms that we just figured out, we have running, running through the town. Sing that with me, ready, go. Running, running through the town. Or we can sing do day, do day, do day, do. Sing that with me, ready, go. Do day, do day, do day, do. That is the rhythm that we were able to just figure out for Big Black Cats. Nice job figuring out what do day is and where we use that in our song.
All right, scholars, to end our day today, we have a new chant with some actions to learn. I'm going to say the whole thing. As I'm saying this chant, I want you to listen and see if you can figure out how many phrases there are. A phrase in music is a musical sentence. So think about how many different ideas or different sections or sentences you hear within my chant today. How many different phrases do you think you hear within my chant? My turn first. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. How many different phrases or sentences do you think you heard in my chant? This time, one of my hands is going to be doing the actions. The other hand is going to be counting the phrases for you. My turn again. Here I go. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. If you counted 4 the first time, congratulations, you are correct. There are 4 different phrases. We have a different body percussion for each phrase that we're doing in our chant today. So I'm going to go phrase by phrase, my turn, then your turn. Say what I'm saying and do the actions back when it is your turn. My turn first. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. Your turn. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. By yourself. My turn. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. Your turn. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. By yourself. My turn. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. Your turn. Ready, go. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. By yourself. Ready, go. My turn. New part. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. Your turn. Ready, go. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. By yourself. Ready, go. Bigger sections. My turn first. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. Your turn. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. By yourself. My turn. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. Say that with me. Ready, go. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. By yourself. Ready, go. Whole thing. My turn first. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. Say that with me. Ready, go. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. By yourself. Here you go. Nice job learning that new chant with the motions with me. Now I'm going to try to trick you. We are going to do the chant 3 times. The first time we do the chant, we're going to say it with the motions. But the second time we do the chant, we're only going to be thinking the words while we do the motions. So the second time we are doing the chant, we are not making sounds. We're going to be doing the motions, but only thinking the words. When we come back for the third time, we're again going to be saying the words while doing the actions. So we're going to be speaking with actions, thinking with actions, then speaking with actions. Speak, think, speak. So in the middle, we're all silently doing the actions, but thinking about the words so we can start the third time at the same time, all together. All right, let's try it out. First one, we are speaking with the actions. 1, 2, speak and action. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. Just think. Little Jack Pumpkin Face lived on a vine. Little Jack Pumpkin Face thought it was fine. First, he was small and green, then big and yellow. Little Jack Pumpkin Face is a fine fellow. Hopefully we were all able to start together at the same time for the third time we came in. Nice job working so hard with me today, first grade. I'm going to walk you through what your Seesaw exit ticket is going to look like, and then you'll have plenty of time to finish that now or at the end of the day. Can't wait to see you all next week.
Okay, first grade, as always, your exit ticket is in the Seesaw app, so you should see your homeroom, DePaul or UC. You're clicking on the light bulb that says Activities, and here you should see your homeroom, today's date, and music exit ticket. So DePaul 1028 or UC 1029. Here are the instructions for today's exit ticket.
Hello, first grade. For your exit ticket today, I want you practicing drawing a quarter note, colored in circle with a stem on the right side. I want you practicing drawing a quarter rest, which is kind of like a Z with a C at the bottom. And I want you to practice drawing 2/8 notes, which is 2 colored in circles, both with stems coming up the right side and connected up top. Show me these 3 different rhythms in a drawing back to me. Can't wait to see. Bye.
So to respond to this exit ticket, you are clicking the green plus add response button. You are picking your name, and you are clicking on the pencil for drawing. You are trying your best to show me a do, a sh, and a do day. Show me all 3 of those rhythms that we practiced in Big Black Cats today. All right, you have the rest of class time to finish this up, and I will see you next week.